Tyson Fury's made a huge mistake. Today I'm going to discuss the Gypsy King coming out of retirement and some key things nobody's talking about, so make sure to stick around. If you're new to the channel, my name's Lawrence Oswecki, a professional boxer and also a former member of GB amateur boxing team. So we all know Tyson Fury's returning, coming out of retirement, like we all knew he would. And before we get into it, let's be honest, boxing with Tyson in it is a better place. It pains me to say it, love or hate him, but he brings the drama, he brings the attention, and he gets the boxing world talking. I've said it plenty of times before on this channel, that Tyson needs boxing more than boxing needs him, which I stand by. For his mental health, the routine, the focus it gives him, the attention, the big nights, and as a fighter I do understand, there's nothing like the thrill of boxing. And don't worry, I'm not putting myself and Tyson Fury on the same level, I'm just saying I understand. The highs and lows of boxing are addictive. In Tyson Fury, he's an addict. And I've changed my statement because boxing and Tyson need each other. And the reason I say this, yes, there's lots of talent coming through, the likes of Moses Atama and Fabio Wardley. In no disrespect to Fabio Wardley, I think he's got a ceiling height. Then we'll have Daniel Dubois, who's already up there, a young hungry lion, and win, lose or draw, he's got time on his side. The point I'm trying to make, yes, there's young talent coming through, but none of them have the star quality AJ and Tyson Fury have. Tyson Fury is a Marmite character, love or hate him, but you hear his name and you can't help but watch. And let's not forget, the only reason Tyson retired was because he spat his dummy out. I don't believe it was a master plan to take the attention away from his loss or to generate more hype for when he returned. I just think he's so delusional. He spat his dummy out and went in a huff. He said he watched the fight 200 plus times and he still thinks he won. I mean, even Stevie Wonder could see that he lost. From being a child, he's had his dad John Fury saying he's the best thing to come out of his balls. He's brainwashed him into thinking he's the best thing since sliced bread. Putting it politely, John Fury, in fact, scrap that, he's off his nut. There's no other way of putting it. Let's not forget this moment. Exactly. He puts the nut on the smallest member of Usyk's team. What I was trying to say before I got carried away was actually he's done a good job because he's given Tyson the belief to achieve what he has. But on the other hand, Tyson can't accept reality. And by the way, I love John Fury. He's like a guilty pleasure. Like his son, he brings the drama and the entertainment. Quite quickly after the Usyk fight, he was back in the gym. There was never no retirement, he never left. He just wanted to see how the landscape would change, but this is nothing new. He's always plotting the easiest route, cherry picking his opponents. Do I need to mention Derek Chisora fighting him 3 times? Thank the Lord for Turkey Al-Sheikh for coming along, enforcing his card with his big checkbook. So Tyson's decided he wants a trilogy with Usyk. Because of his delusions, the fight that nobody's asked for, nobody wants, I literally have zero interest. There's so many great fights out there that he could have that would add to his legacy. Why? I mean, why? It's all ground. He had his chance twice and failed. The problem is, if Daniel Dubois beats Usyk, I'm pretty sure there'll be a rematch. So Tyson could easily have to wait a year, and a lot can happen in that time. He did say if that fight couldn't happen, the next option would be AJ, which makes sense. But do I believe anything that comes out his mouth? No. I do pray that it happens. It's a must. Harlem Eubank was on TalkSport, and he made a great point, and I couldn't agree more.
AJ is always better against bigger fighters. He's not, stylistically, he's not good with small guys.
I've been saying this for the longest time. He's avoided so many fighters. He knows AJ stylistically is all wrong for him. He's basically waited for AJ to fall before he considered it an option. Every time AJ got beat, it was like Christmas come early. You can imagine him going to Paris, put the turkey on, we're celebrating. He knows now that AJ is coming off the worst loss of his career. He's coming off surgery. The timing's perfect, just the way he likes it. AJ's been knocked out, tick. He might be mentally weak, tick. He's injured, tick. Perfect, get it signed. He's deluded, yes, but stupid, no chance. He's navigated his career perfectly until Usyk messed it up. And when I say he's navigated his career perfectly, he's picked the right fights for him. Stayed away from the hard fights when he could. And don't get me wrong, because there's no disputing Tyson Fury's a great fighter. Because at heavyweight, he's probably still done the best against Usyk, especially in the first fight, until, and people get offended when I say this, but I'm going to say it anyway, until he got smashed to pieces in round 9. I can't unsee it. And the people that disagree are just loyal Fury fans, which I totally understand. Don't shoot the messenger. It's the same in a fight when someone's winning clearly, one-sided, and in the last round they get knocked out. And regardless, Tyson did lose the fight, and then round 9 was the icing on the cake. Let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree. But early on, Tyson did box beautifully, and he did in a way show how to beat Usyk. But the problem is, doing it for 12 rounds has proven to be impossible. It's a shame Tyson can't admit he got beat off a great fighter, a pound for pound fighter. There's no shame in losing to Usyk. People would respect Tyson more. But then again, it wouldn't be the Tyson Fury we'll love or love to hate. The mistake Tyson's made his whole career, cherry picking his opponents and not being active enough. He could have been so much better had he been more active. Win, lose or draw, he would have been a better fighter for it and had a better resume. Instead of spending his whole career scared to lose. Just look at the greats from the past. They all lost, learned from it, gained experience and became better fighters for it. Everybody knows you learn more from your losses than when you win. Once again, Tyson's had more time away, more inactivity, and at this stage in his career does more harm than good, especially when his competitors are active. He wants to fight Usyk. He's out there competing, keeping his tools sharp, while Tyson, in his own words, is out on the pints.
I have a beer when I want, I go eat what I want, I stay out late, I can do what the f I want. You know why? Because I've earned the right to.
We know that Tyson's abused his body over the years, and eventually it will catch up. Ricky Hatton is a class example. Great fighter, but between fights he abused his body, and eventually it caught up. He wasn't good enough to beat Usyk before. What makes him think going out on the lash is going to help? And the reason he lost in the second fight was because he wasn't willing to risk it all. He put on size, not muscle, fat. He done his ring walk as Santa Claus, and actually, it was quite fitting. I don't care what anyone says, he put on weight for one reason, so he could absorb more punishment, so you wouldn't get knocked out. That's the only reason. Against Usyk, you've got to be prepared to go life and death, risk it all. Otherwise, it's second place, plain and simple. But according to Tyson Fury, he has a new formula. A bit of training during the week, and at the weekend 10 pints. Job done. He's avoided AJ all these years for a number of reasons, but one being jealousy. He couldn't cope with the fact of losing to AJ, a fellow Brit. I think he's always felt like he was in AJ's shadows, so to lose to him would send him over the edge. And let's not forget, Tyson and AJ sparred years ago when AJ was just an amateur, and Tyson said he gave him hell. And now, Tyson will regret shining any light on AJ. Boxing's a sport, just like any other. Losing is part of the game. It doesn't take away from your previous achievements. I'm repeating myself, but all the greats lost. But not the son of legend, John Fury.
Step in my face, hell coming to breakfast, mate, because I know I can fight. Outside unbeaten.
If Daniel Dubois beats Usyk, he may end up having to fight him, because if Turkey says that's the fight he wants, that's the fight he gets, he's the boss. And I also think that Daniel is a terrible fight for Tyson. If you give Tyson time and space, he'll box your head off, but Daniel won't leave him alone. Daniel's young, powerful, come forward, aggressive. He's all wrong for Tyson. It'll be like Usyk all over again. Tyson, I will not leave you alone. I know that's a terrible impression, but Personally, I want to see Tyson fight AJ because of the history and the rivalry, and also the fact that at similar stages of the career, it's a level playing field. But other than AJ, I honestly think that Tyson is better off staying retired. He's had his chance with Usyk. It's too late in the game to correct his wrong, and he's still had a great career, one to be proud of. I think fighting Usyk for a third time is a huge mistake. I think this time he'll finish the job. We know he's training, but he's also enjoying himself, drinking, and that's just what we know of. This is the pinnacle of the sport. You can't play boxing. If he stays retired, he can say he lost to one of the best fighters on the planet in a close fight. In years to come, he can sit in a pub in Morecambe Bay and say, I was robbed by a rabbit called Usyk. Let me know what you think. Please let me know in the comment section. I love to read them. And don't forget to like and subscribe and go and watch this video next.